Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this one. This is my Fulham versus Liverpool match review and the big Merseyside derby match preview. Obviously, the games come in quick and fast. We do have midweek Premier League action due to obviously the games in hand being played. We saw obviously the games in hand, obviously which were meant to be played weeks ago. Due to FA Cup, obviously participation, and but yeah, let's get straight into it. Liverpool looks like they got the confidence back with a massive win, brilliant win, where at a top tier daughter in Craven Cottage, picking up a 3-1 win away at Fulham. It's like we took the Atalanta win. Obviously, we didn't go through against Atalanta, but we did win the second leg against Atalanta. It looks like you heard and listened to me when I said take the positives out of that win in the second leg at Atalanta. I know we went out, but you got to take the positives and say it was an away win. It was an away win, and hopefully now we've ended that buffer, that pip of not of a few obviously our back-to-back defeats of Atalanta in the first set and Crystal Palace at Anfield. But it was interesting down into the game, especially with the team news as well. We made quite a lot of changes, didn't we? But Jurgen said it was the reason was to have fresh heads in the team, and I wasn't really happy with the lineup. To be fair, I was happy with the players that were dropped. I think Saad deserved to be dropped, in my opinion. Saad deserved, yeah, the front three. Yeah, I was happy with that. I was happy with the front three. It was just Cramberts in midfield for me. It was just like, because he's not been convinced of mine Cramberts, has he? And I'm still going to stand by my point, even though he scored. Even though he did score during the game, we'll get onto the door in a minute for Wayne Cramberts. I didn't mind Trenzer coming back in defence. I didn't mind that either, to be honest. I actually would have put him in instead of Van Dijk for me. I just think that our big players do get away with criticism a lot. And but it was just the midfield for me. I was worried about Endo, Elliott, and Converse. I didn't mind Endo and Harvey Elliott starting. It was just when Converse in midfield. It was just like, and plus Harvey Elliott for me is more of a white window, isn't he? But we seem to still play him in midfield for some reason. But Harvey Elliott deserved a chance to come in, didn't he? So yeah, to be fair, the first 10 minutes I thought we started quite well. In the first 10 minutes, we had a chance straight away in the first couple of minutes. Alexander Arnold's quads, finding Luis Diaz, who headed it just wide, with a diving header just wide. And then Fulham threw into the game after the first 10 minutes. They came into the game as well. And then we got the first goal in the 32nd minute. Before the 32nd minute, we did have a free hit. Javier, very poor. To be fair, I don't know why Alexander Arnold didn't take that free hit, but to be fair, from where the free kick was, it probably suited Javier. Javier tried to be clever, didn't he, by trying to pass it into the back of the net with a passing free hit, trying like they under the wall. Which wasn't a bad idea, to be fair, but it's quite poor and wasteful. And but we got another free hit in the 32nd minute. So it was at a very good area, wasn't it? For Alexander Arnold was at a very good area, and I think which of the commentators said this is certainly Trent's wins. And you look at the Fulham wall, as well. You think to yourself, you know what, this should be on target for Alexander Arnold. And beautiful free kick, right in the corner, right in the top corner to make it 1-0. And that's what we've missed, in my opinion. Alexander Arnold, goals from obviously his goals he can come to in the goals and the assists as well. Alexander Arnold with the set pieces as well. That's what we have missed badly. and wonderful free kick. And but I'll keep on saying though, as an Arnold, I want him in midfield. I don't want any of this inverting nonsense. I absolutely hate it. I absolutely hate this inverting because you see Arsenal Arnold just invert into midfield, and all of a sudden you got three defenders, and the right hand side where the white bar spot is, there's a huge stop. So that's why I always wanted Dormes to be at right back and put Arsenal Arnold in midfield, and I'm still standing by that. That needs to happen for me. I think it will suit Liverpool massively as well because Arsenal Arnold, you know what he can come, you know what Trent can contribute. You know what Trent can obviously get opportunities. So Trent Arnold is obviously his passes. He can start from midfield, from that midfield area as well. So he made it 1-0 in Liverpool. Fulham, but I have to say, I still thought Fulham threw into the game after that goal. And Fulham, you have to say, probably thought they deserved the equaliser. To be fair, I don't think we were that bad in the first half. I thought we had control of it, but the last 5 minutes of the first half, we were sloppy. And the Fulham equaliser was coming, and it did come in added time through Castagna. Sloppy defending from Liverpool, which obviously rebounded to Castagna, who shot it into the bottom corner to make it 1-1. Sloppy defending. To be fair, it was lucky rebounds, let's be real. It was lucky rebounds, but it was sloppy, let's be real, from Liverpool. Fulham did the equaliser, and all of a sudden you're thinking to yourself, here we go then. Is that going to knock our confidence now for the second half? And it proved to be a massive it needed to be a massive second half for Liverpool to try and keep themselves in the title race. And then we come on to Wayne Cronenberg. Before Wayne Cronenberg scored, I was saying to myself, I don't know what he is. I just don't know what he is in midfield. I don't know what he is. It could only happen to me, couldn't it? After I was slaughtering them, saying, I don't know what he is, to be honest with you. And I still stand by my point. Even though he scored, it's a brilliant goal. Brilliant finish from Wayne Cronenberg, off the post and then on the edge of the box. Brilliant finish from him. But my point still stands. I still don't know what he is in terms of midfield. In terms of what he is in midfield, I still stand by my point. Obviously, it was different for him at Ajax because you had Frenkie de Jong in that holding role. Then you had Cronenberg and Donny van der Beek. When that was obviously Ajax at their best with that midfield three. But like I said, that was Erik ten Hag. Like I said, that was Erik ten Hag's style of football, to be honest with you. So, but yeah, great finish from Wayne Cronenberg, off the post and in. Nice tour, off the post and in. To make it 2-1, which proved to be a massive goal to then Fulham's hopes in the second half. And then we did finish it off through Diogo Jota. Nice through ball to find Diogo Jota, who just about squeezed it in with his finish, but that's a clinical finisher for you. That was, with respect, that was Núñez or Sarr who do waste their chances in the final third. That ain't going in for me. Jota is our most clinical finisher at the club, and that did put Fulham to bed. That 3-1. And I think Liverpool needed that. I did say Liverpool needed that third goal after being 2-1 up. They needed that killer goal, which was a Jota goal. And it's a brilliant win. It's a brilliant win for Liverpool because, especially with the changes we made, it wasn't our strongest 11 as well. Klopp decided to take the risks and obviously make wholesale changes to try and get fresh heads. And I hold my hands up. We all doubted Jurgen, didn't we? Saying, what's he doing with the lineup? We always said, what's he doing with the lineup? And you have to say, it's pretty worked, hasn't it? It's worked. And And that's massive confidence. You have to say that's massive confidence for Liverpool now. To win at a tough pace and a nasty pace like Craven Cottage, it's a nasty game to play in the title running. Always tough away at Craven Cottage, but you have to say, with the changes we made, it's a fantastic win for Liverpool. It is a fantastic win. Especially now, you can play your strongest team in the Merseyside derby, which I think you would have anyways, regardless of the result. Away to Everton, obviously next, we're going to play our strongest team, aren't we? Away to Everton, I think it's pretty simple. It ain't going to be the same team. It ain't going to be the same team, to be honest with you. So, we'll probably see this lineup again away at West Ham. Probably away at West Ham on Saturday. We'll probably see that lineup again. In terms of away at West Ham. But away to Everton would be the strongest team, in my opinion. But in terms of title race, it was a massive win, especially with Arsenal. They got back on track. I was wrong about Arsenal. I honestly thought Arsenal would struggle away at Wolves, because they weren't really done into that Wolves game on the battle for a win. We actually were done on the battle for a win against Atalanta. Even though we got knocked out, we're still on the game. And I don't know about Arsenal. I still have questions about them mentally, but it was a massive win for them away at Wolves. It wasn't a good performance from Arsenal, but Arsenal deserved to win, though. They did deserve to win at Wolves. They did. Wolves didn't offer anything. Didn't offer a threat to Arsenal. As much as Arsenal were probably still bad in the game. Well, I wouldn't say Arsenal were bad, but they were quite scruffy still. But that win for Arsenal should give them confidence now, especially when we're up the league table. Arsenal obviously top on goal difference. I really liked Trent's interview afterwards, where he said, we're not just chasing down top spot, we need to chase down the goal difference as well. Especially with that Man City. We're now 1 goal behind Man City on goal difference. Because I still look at Arsenal's games. I think Arsenal, if Arsenal can get past Chelsea, Spurs and Manchester United, they deserve to win the league for me. They deserve to win the league. If they can get past them games with winning all 3 games, which I don't think they will. I think Arsenal, I can't see Arsenal winning all 3 games against Chelsea, Spurs and Manchester United. They could maybe get 6 out of 9 points. I think that's definitely doable. Or even 7 out of 9. It's that Spurs game, isn't it, for Arsenal? I think it's that Spurs game. I mean, even Chelsea. Obviously, Chelsea, rivals of Arsenal. Of course, rivals of Arsenal as well. They play each other on Tuesday. Chelsea don't want Arsenal winning the league. But I will say, that season, Arsenal did beat Chelsea in the running. So, and plus it's at home. I would fancy Arsenal, to be fair, at home to Chelsea. So I think that would be a tight 2-1 win for Arsenal. But it wouldn't shock me if Chelsea got something from that game. Wouldn't shock me. Because to be fair, Chelsea got something at Man City away from home, where you could say, to be fair, Chelsea should have probably won that game at Man City at Etihad, to be honest with you. And complete replica in terms of the FA Cup. In terms of the FA Cup as well, at the weekend. Man City won 1-0 against Chelsea, but Chelsea had fucking chances to win that game in the FA Cup. Manchester City got shattered. They got shattered, Manchester City. So it's a big week now. It's that 19 cricket stoppboard presser, isn't it? For Arsenal and Liverpool. They need to put the pressure on now, turn the pressure on Man City. Arsenal at home to Chelsea, we're away to Everton. Both derby games as well. They are both derby games. Manchester City though away to Brighton. I think Man City, I'd start a feeling, about Man City away at Brighton. I think Manchester City, they're just knackered, they're just shattered. Man City, Brighton, took place of daughter away from home as well. I mean, do Brighton still have something to play for? Oh, well, I can't even see, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think Brighton, that's not that many points off the European paces out of Brighton. So they kind of had something to play for still. But I don't think Man City will lose at Brighton. But I think Brighton could hold them to a draw. Because let's be real, Man City can be dot at, in my opinion. Yeah, but the left back spot for Man City is their weakness for me. I mean, you think who Brighton? I think Brighton may put I think it's Adindra on that side against Ake to try and cause problems. And plus, Man City do got shattered, don't they? They do got shattered. So, I'll tell you what, I may take a punt. You know, I actually think City may drop points at Brighton. Only if Arsenal and Liverpool can put the pressure on. If Arsenal and Liverpool can win their games in midweek, I think City will drop points at Brighton. I wouldn't rule Man City out of it though, because even if Man City do drop points at Brighton, they'll still have that game in hand advantage. And I tell you what, it could fucking door difference, couldn't it? Especially if Man City were to win that game in hand, which is against Spurs. You could see Arsenal and Liverpool, Man City potentially going into the final day, all tied on points. But obviously, Arsenal will have the goal difference advantage by then as well. So yeah, I'm gonna take a punt, you know, on City dropping points this week at Brighton. City at the weekend, the door away to Nottingham Forest, and then away to Nottingham Forest, they got something to fight for as well. Nottingham Forest, I do think City will win though away at Nottingham Forest. I think City will win at Forest regardless what happens in the Brighton game. But to be fair, you look at it and you think actually away to Forest might actually be the top of them for City. The true with Forest that season as well. And Forest are fighting for survival as well. So you just don't know, do you? You just don't know. See, we don't know in this tight race. I mean, we look at the games and we think, oh yeah, that could be 12 points. It could be someone unexpected, like Crystal Palace when you're up. That was unexpected. Yes, be real. I want Crystal Palace. That was unexpected. So yeah, but on to the match preview for the Merseyside derby with our way to Everton. Everton turning into this on the back of a massive 2-0 win at home to where their some rivals Nottingham Forest. Obviously, a lot of the controversy in terms of Nottingham Forest penalty games. I said in my community reports, two out of the 3 penalties for me weren't penalties in my opinion. The handball wasn't a penalty. What's Ashley Young supposed to do? What's he supposed to do? And the first one, it was the first one, wasn't a penalty. But I do agree the third one was definitely a penalty because Ashley Young did take him out. The first one, you could say, even though he didn't touch the ball, you have to say to yourself, he did try to touch the ball, and what was he supposed to do? So, and yeah, Nottingham Forest, no nonsense from Nottingham Forest, accusing the rest of the official of being a Luton fan. If that's the case, then how comes, if he's a Luton fan, surely he'll end in the draw. Surely the draw was the best result for Luton. So it can't really be a Luton fan, can he? If Everton won the game. So it's just nonsense, honestly. And it's very dangerous as well. It's very dangerous words to say that as well. I think the Nottingham Forest owner needs to be punished, in my opinion. And I remember him after the Liverpool game where we won 1-0, Nunes winner, barging onto the pitch, done into the referee's face. He's a clown, honestly. Nottingham Forest owner, he's an absolute clown. He's an absolute clown, honestly. And he could be putting his trouble. He could be putting his club in big trouble. But we know what's going to happen. Nottingham Forest have got a point appeal got the points appeal on Wednesday, where they thought they would do to 0, and I think they will. I honestly think they will. They would do to 0. I think there's an agenda against Luton Town in the Premier League. Obviously, Luton have themselves preparing for obviously using 5-1 at home to Brentford, which was definitely a killer defeat for me in terms of Luton. That felt like the killer of a defeat, but I still think there is a bit of an agenda against Luton Town because Everton, I think it's absolutely disgraceful that they won their appeal. Everton especially won their appeal to get the points reduced. No, you shouldn't get your points reduced for me. You were taught pressing the wheels. We'll see what happens with Chelsea and Manchester City, but Chelsea and Manchester City did not create lawyers. They don't create lawyers who can find loopholes to avoid the punishment. So, and Everton and Nottingham Forest haven't got that. But I think there's an agenda against Luton Town. We've seen it start season, haven't we? We've seen it start season. Oh, they're crowned. Luton Town's crowned is not fit for purpose in terms of Premier League. Okay, then. Well, how come they can get Bournemouth in then? Let's be real, Bournemouth Stadium doesn't hold that many. My local team, Carlisle United, have a bit of captivity than Bournemouth. I'm not saying Bournemouth Stadium ain't great, let's be real. So there's always been a agenda against Luton Town forcing the Premier League. And the Premier League and Sky Sports and the media, they'll be celebrating Luton Town going down. Which is a real shame. To be honest with you. They just don't be like, they just don't be putting the dildos up Everton and Forest's backside saying, oh, it's amazing them staying up. Everton fans running on the pitch that season after staying up. Just shows their standards as a football club has done as well. Because they're better than that. Everton are better than that. They shouldn't be celebrating running on the pitch. Not the Forest didn't run on the pitch, did they? When they survived that season against Arsenal. So, yeah, it's just the whole thing is a farce, to be honest with you. It really is. But yeah, we're to Everton. I spoke to a lot of people that aren't Liverpool fans and they think Liverpool will actually win at Everton. It's a Merseyside derby, isn't it? Sean Dyche, he knows how to set up against Liverpool as well. He knows how to set up against Liverpool. Everton will do all they can to try and stop Liverpool from winning the league. They want to stop Liverpool from winning the league. Also, Everton, they have, obviously, if we look at the league table, they're 5 points here above Luton. 5 points here above Luton, which is massive for them. I think this is Everton's name now. Yeah, it's Everton's name in hand as well. So if Everton were to get a result against Liverpool, you have to say they're probably safe, especially when you look at Luton's goal difference as well. That would be 6 points, and you think to yourself, that is a massive gap for Luton to overturn. And to be fair, I think Luton could find themselves 5 points behind on the weekend because Nottingham Forest, I think it's a 4-point appeal. Is it 4 points they're appealing to try and get that reduced? So if Nottingham Forest did get that reduced, they'll be on 30 points as well. And you'd be thinking to yourself, that could actually send Luton down, to be honest with you. And by the way, it's not just Luton Town, it's actually Burnley as well. I mean, we still think Burnley will go down, but Burnley, they're pushing. They're only 3 points off safety, Burnley. They have got a bad goal difference, Burnley, so it's all about getting the wins for Burnley. So Burnley, they're not out of it either. Sheffield United, they're done, obviously. They're obviously done, Sheffield United, but Burnley is still in it. Burnley's still mathematically in it, but in my opinion, I do think Burnley will go down. I hope Luton stay up. I hope Everton stay up, to be honest with you. I actually hope they stay up instead of Everton or Forest. So let's just be real. Everton and Forest, they've been creating the worlds, in my opinion. Sure, you don't want a team staying in the A that's broke the worlds. I'm sorry, just my opinion. Just my opinion. Do I think Newton will stay up? I don't think they will. I don't think Newton will stay up, unfortunately. Just because I think Nottingham Forest will win their appeal, and that will get reduced, and that will put Nottingham Forest back on 30 points. And you think to yourself, 5 points, that's going to be a bit of a killer for Newton to try and overturn that. I mean, Newton can still definitely do it, but they are relying on their home games, really. But, I mean, they don't. Newton are away to Wolves. I know I'm waffling on, I know I'm doing off topic, but they're away to Wolves, away to West Ham. I mean, Wolves, they do that goals, don't they, Wolves? So that could be something where you should get a point, or even a point at. Away to West Ham, you just don't know what you're going to get with West Ham. But with West Ham now out of here, I think that will be a tough game now for Everton to get something from that game. And they're going to be at home to Fulham on the final day. Unfortunately for you, and I think it will be done by the final day, unfortunately for them. So, yeah, if I was to predict, I do think it will be you and Burnley, Sheffield United, so go down, which is a real shame. Fair play to you, and I think you and I definitely did it the best door out of all the three teams. Burnley probably left it a bit too late, but who knows? And I'm not saying that I want Everton to go down because I'm a Liverpool fan. At the end of the day, I did say Everton or Forest. I actually want Everton or Forest to go down because, let's be real, I have integrity in the sport and they've been creating the worlds. They've been creating the worlds. Obviously, I don't think Newton will want to stay up by getting more, by Everton and Forest getting more deduction, but Everton and Forest will be creating the worlds then, should they? In my opinion. So, but yeah, back to the Merseyside derby. Everton, they know how to set up against Liverpool. They know how to set up against Liverpool, don't they? Sean Dice especially. Sean Dice has got results against Jurgen and the Pats as well. It's going to be a hostile place, isn't it, where Everton? It could be wet, it could be windy, it could be horrible weather in terms of Dawson Park. You hate going to Dawson Park in the title running as well. It is one of the worst places to go to in the title running when you're fighting for something. In my opinion, hard place to get a result at as well, where Everton. But in terms of we'll go from my lineup first and how I think I've added a few addition on how I think Everton might set up. But starting off with Liverpool, this would be my lineup. This is how I'll set up. Alisson and Dormes and Robertson as a two fullbacks, Canate and Van Dijk, having Jurgen Rudolph full strength for this game. Endo in midfield, McAllister to come back into midfield as well. I want Trent in midfield, honestly. I want Trent in midfield, none of this inverting nonsense. It would just be so much better. It'd be so much better putting Trent in midfield. That's where he'll be best at, especially for England as well. If he plays in the Euros for England as well, it'd be better in midfield. It'd be better in midfield because at right back, in my opinion, I don't think he is that bad. I don't think he is that bad at right back, Arnold. But you can see it is easy getting behind, play balls in behind Arsenal Arnold where there is a gap. Dormes for me is a fullback. Dormes is a fullback for me. Robertson is a better fullback than Arsenal Arnold is as a fullback. And Arsenal Arnold for me should be playing midfield now. I just don't know why we still keep playing him at right back. If we play Arsenal Arnold in midfield, game changer. Game changer in the title race, in my opinion. We say it with De Bruyne, we say with De Bruyne for Manchester City, he can beat Liverpool's De Bruyne, Arsenal Arnold, an absolute game changer. Could be a title winner. That could be the title winner for Liverpool, putting Arnold in midfield. And the front three, I think Salah will obviously come back in. Diaz on the left and Shota down the middle. I think Shota and Diaz need to start, definitely, in my opinion. And I think Diaz did well at Fulham, playing on that white win, in my opinion. I think he did quite well. It was a good battle between him and the best back in the Premier League this season, and Antonio Robinson from Fulham. So that would be my lineup. And how do I think Everton will line up? I'm going to start doing this now for whichever opposition we play. I think it's simple, isn't it, for Everton? 5-4-1. I think that's going to happen. I think Michael Keane will be the only change for Everton from the last game. Michael Keane will come in for Andre Gomez. And I think they're going to play 5 at the back to Everton. Asilion, Mefriento as the wing backs, Tartowski, Michael Keane, and Gerard Pomfrey as the 3 centre backs. Howson and McNeil as the 2 wingers, helping out the wing backs as well. Doucouré and the Twisted Day. I think that's their best midfield, Everton. I don't know what's happened to Amadou Onana. He just seems to be on the bench. He's always on the bench now for Everton, isn't he? And he used to be a starter. Maybe he's even in the summer. I think that's already been sorted, to be honest with you. Twisted Day has to be in the midfield for Everton. Probably one of the best midfielders, isn't he? Especially he puts the tackles in as well. Basically, they're N'Golo Kante, basically. Obviously not as good as Kante, but they're N'Golo Kante, and he's a fan's favourite, Everton as well. Twisted Day, obviously coming back. Was it this season he came back in the summer? Or last season when he came back? Doucouré, he's had a good game in the past since Liverpool. Remember in 1920 season where Watford ended Liverpool's invincibility. So have them 2 in midfield. And Doucouré, he's a boss midfield as well. He'll put the energy in. He'll work hard as well. And Calvert-Lewin probably be on his own up front. But that could be a good thing for Everton because I do think Calvert-Lewin, even though I do criticise him saying he's a catwalk model with his stupid handbag, but apart from that, I think he can cause problems for Tenarte and Van Dijk by holding them off. And yet Howson and I'm trying to get tough with Howson and McNeil because I think McNeil, he'll be on the eyes of the man. I do think Trent will start right back, unfortunately. Unless Jurgen does listen to me and put Trent in midfield. But Liverpool, you can get in behind Liverpool's high line, can't you? Get in behind. Everton in the town with McNeil, he is good at getting in behind as well. So that's where they are the key battles for me. I think Robertson will have Howson covered, in my opinion. If anything, you could swap Howson and McNeil around at Everton. Put Howson on probably Liverpool's weak side, which is at right back, where you get in behind at right back because we do play with this stupid inverted nonsense. And I think Howson has more pace than McNeil. I mean, both have pace, but Howson is quite rapid, in my opinion. So you can put Howson, maybe put Howson in behind. But yeah, Everton for me, they are the Liverpool have possession for the whole game. They're going to be defending for their lives, Everton, as well. And it's all about Liverpool trying to take the chances for me. So in terms of my score prediction, I do think now the confidence is back. I think the confidence should be back now after winning at Fulham. It's a brilliant win for Liverpool. I'll keep on saying it. It's a fantastic win with the changes we made as well. And it should now get our confidence back up. And it should be up as well. It should be up for a derby as well. It should be up for a Merseyside derby as well. And we played well away at Man United, to be fair, in the first half. In the first half, we played well away at Man United, where we should have put the game to bed. We should put United to bed. But we wasted chances, didn't we? And this is what we can't do, is waste chances, because if it's 0-0 with 10 minutes to go, fucking hell, that's going to make me nervous. And Everton will... You just never know. Everton might get a sneaky goal, like a deflected goal, a scrappy goal, and then we'll hold ourselves to game. So that's a danger for me. We need to put Everton to bed early, put them to bed early, try and get an early goal, signs that doesn't crowd down as well. Put our chances away, and we should be fine, in my opinion. So I think we will win. I do think we will win. Won't be easy though. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Liverpool, because I do think Everton do that goals. I think they rely on the midfield, where you do Corey and Trezeguet to get in the goals. That's where the goals may come from midfield. Doucouré, he has to pop in, doesn't he? But it'll be a tough game for us. It's always tough in the Merseyside derby, but I think it'll be the same as the first Switzer, and I think Liverpool will win 2-0 away at Everton, and I think Arsenal will beat Chelsea 2-1, and for Brighton, Man City, I think Man City will top points at Brighton. I think that's... On second point, that's where the twist comes. That's where the twist and turn comes in title race away at Brighton. Agent Milner, Agent Admirana, hopefully for Liverpool say. Danny Welbeck, ex-Arsenal, could be Agent Welbeck as well. But I just look at Man City. That Real Madrid game took a lot out of Man City, especially when you look at them against Chelsea. They couldn't do it extra time against Chelsea, surely. If they would have went to extra time against Chelsea, then I would have been even more confident of City dropping points at Brighton. I still think City are going to be ready, in my opinion. Still going to be ready away at Brighton. And I think they will drop points away at Brighton. I don't think they will lose. I think Brighton will hold them off for a draw, in my opinion. I think Brighton made that a sneaky draw against Manchester City. People will say that's maybe being hopeful. It actually isn't. I can actually see... when I looked at Man City's games, the only games I looked at where they could drop points in the way to Brighton because of Arsenal and Liverpool playing twice. And if Arsenal and Liverpool can put that pressure on Man City, and away to Spurs, which is before the final day of the season, the final weekend of the season. Because it's Spurs, City seem to have a curse away at Spurs. I know City kind of ended it in the FA Cup, but they still seem to have a curse away at Spurs in the league. So, I mean, what a game that's going to be, that game in hand. It's a game in hand as well for City. So, I think the title race is going to rely on Spurs versus Man City, in my opinion. Now I think Arsenal and Liverpool now got their confidence back as well. So, but yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 Liverpool in the Merseyside derby. So, it's going to be tense though. I think it will be a tense game. So, feel free to take your thoughts down below on the Fulham game, the Fulham result down below in the comments. And feel free to take your predictions down below for the Merseyside derby and even the other title race games, the Arsenal-Chelsea game and the Brighton-Man City game. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below on everything I spoke about in this video. Take care, stay safe, see you later, and come on the Reds. Come on.